That's the hill of Hermitage. Yeah, so that's the famous hill of Hermitage, where the famous red wines have been made for centuries, probably the most famous of the northern Rhones, and it's named after a 12th century crusader. So there was a crusader who came back from the wars, and if you look right up here, he built himself a little hut or chapel, and he lived the rest of his life up there on the top of the hill. So if you're familiar with Jabolet makes an Hermitage La Chapelle, because it comes from the vineyard right underneath where that crusader lived the last years of his life. It's only about 340 acres, that entire hill, and prices can range from maybe, if you're lucky, you get one as low as $60, $70, but they go up to $400 or more per bottle. And then again, there's a famous hill. As I said earlier, not only do they blend Algerian wines into Burgundy, sometimes they add a little Hermitage into Burgundy as well to add structure and tannin. Now, if we look, so now we're looking at the hill from the west and looking east. So the area, this area over here, just north of the hill and a little bit to the west and slightly to the south, that surrounding area is known as the Crozes Hermitage. So Crozes Hermitage are wines that are based on the same varieties, and they tend to have some of the same flavor characteristics, but easier to drink. They're not as age-worthy. They're meant to be drunk in the first few years of their life, whereas Hermitage White and Hermitage Red can last for decades. So there you can see the map, the colored, that's a kind of yellowish, well, I guess it's more green there, is Crozes Hermitage, surrounding the hill of Hermitage. All of this is on the east side of the Rhône River. In the northern Rhône, all of the other famous appellations are on the west side. So you have Côte-Rôtie, you have Condrieu, you have Saint-Joseph, you have Cornas, Saint-Péray. All of those are on the west side, but Crozes Hermitage and Hermitage are on the east side. And Crozes Hermitage is the largest of the appellations in northern Rhône. Again, it's a little bit flatter, more fertile than Hermitage. And the wines tend to be, medium-bodied, fruity. They're based on Marsanne and Roussanne. And as I said earlier, only about 9% of the production in Hermitage and Crozes Hermitage is white.